alright, how are you?
Yeah, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, well, I had a busy weekend.
Mhm.
I had a lot of travelling to do.
Uh-huh.
I had a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
But we were together like yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yeah, we did. We spoke at Jane's Ali's Angels event for the amazing charity Blues Tale for dogs with epilepsy. That was very cool.
Yeah.
We were funny.
Everyone thought we were funny.
Yeah, we were hilarious apparently.
Hilarious.
Yes, I was heckling you while you were doing
You
your
were
talk.
heckling me, yeah,
And,
throwing things at me,
throwing
words at me.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah.
What's bone broth?
What's bone broth?
Dysbiosis.
Dysbiosis.
We had a lovely time, didn't we?
It was really good.
We did a lot of immune system talk.
We did immune system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very important.
Yeah. Gut balance, gut flora. We helped some doggies. We spoke to people about their doggies.
Lots of people watching us.
Yeah.
Handed the microphone over to a few people in the audience.
We did, yeah, that's shocking.
What was the lovely lady we talked to? She was lovely.
Jane.
Thank you very much, Jane. You were very cool.
Yes. She talked about Kiefer, yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. She loved that. And somebody asked me the important question, what if your dog A, can't tolerate Kiefer, or doesn't like it? Because that's the point as well.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
If they don't select it, or they don't choose to eat it. So as a probiotic, she was thinking, yogurt and thinking cow-based and no goat stuff. And I can't remember your name. I'm really sorry. It's very rude. But we talked about fermented veggies.
Yes.
It's another beautiful way of getting
definitely fermented vegetables. But tell me then, because one of my clients doesn't want to use fermented vegetables because she's worried about the histamine content in them.
Yeah. Well, my recipe doesn't have any salt in it.
It's the salt.
Yeah,
and
we change it around. So I'm only using at the moment it would be Napa cabbage, and then I'd make more kimchi actually for dogs. So it would have a base of probably a bit of garlic, a bit of ginger. We love a bit of ginger. We can do a bit of fresh turmeric because I love fresh turmeric. And a bit of chilli. My dogs eat chilli.
Right, yeah, my dogs eat chilli as well, actually, yeah.
And it's really easy to make a bit of sauerkraut or kimchi. Kimchi is basically like sauerkraut, which is fermented veggies, like a fermented cabbage. But you've just got the garlic and the chilli. It's a different version. So basically, a version of it is to basically get yourself a Savoy cabbage or a Napa cabbage, Chinese cabbage.
Yeah.
Get one. Don't need to wash it because we like a bit of soil-based probiotics as well. A bit of earth in there is no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop it up really fine. And then you're going to stick it in a bowl. Yeah. And you're going to massage the life out of it.
Good.
Yeah, think about someone that you love. But
putting love into the food that you're preparing is so important as well from an energy perspective.
It's the extra.
You've got to put love into the food that you make.
Yeah. And when you cook for me, when I come up to stay, I'm expecting that.
Have a takeaway.
Anyway, put it in a bowl, mush it up, leave it for a bit. And then what you're going to do is I use lime juice, and you can use a tiny, and I use the rind. So put that on, give it a scrunch up again, slither of garlic, slither of ginger, and a slither of chilli. And you can poke that down the side of the jar if you think your dog's not going to like it. Otherwise, I make it into a paste and rub it in, but that's another story. So then you're going to get everybody's going to ask me now, you get a Kilner jar or a mason jar.
Mason!
You get your mason jar. That's for you, Tammy. And then you put all your shredded cabbage into the jar.
Yummy.
And press it down really hard. Then you pour the liquor. Yeah. That's not salty, that's limey. Yeah. On top, and then press your chilli and your bits down the side.
Yummy.
And then you want to keep, I didn't say this, you should keep a big leaf back before you chop it all up. Mm-hmm. And you fold it in half and press it down on top so no air and it's all covered in the liquor. Yeah. Screw the lid on, leave it in the cupboard for a couple of days.
So cupboard, not fridge?
No, I don't do fridge, I just leave it in the cupboard. And actually after 2 days, if you want to, you can loosen it slightly to let a bit of air in, and if it's there's a lot of gas in there and it wants to pop. And then use it, anything up to sort of 4 or 5 days. After, but I usually leave mine about 2 weeks because I have a stock.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's a stock of different ones. So that's a really simple, easy one to do. So that's not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good. So
and we had a good clinic yesterday.
We had a really good clinic yesterday.
And we had couple. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I can't remember your names, but we know Bailey.
We know Bailey. We always remember the dogs' names. Of course, I remember the dogs' names. Yeah.
Yeah. Bailey was was collie.
Collie? Yeah, he was a long collie. He was nice. Yeah.
Beautiful dog, actually.
Yeah.
And And it was a very emotional time because I hadn't long been diagnosed with idiopathic epilepsy, and that means I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's very scary. It's very scary when a dog has a seizure or a fit and it's knowing what to do.
And it was really daunting for them because there was quite a lot of advice to give them.
Yeah.
Including food.
Yeah, daunting actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very daunting. Yeah.
And you showed your zoopharmacognosy
Yeah, we had
kit.
zoopharmacognosy.
It's amazing. Amazing. Where is it? Is it there?
It's
yeah. It's huge. It's got everything in it.
It sure has. Yeah,
How many essential oils have you got in there?
Oh,
2 million?
About 2 million. A gazillion. I reckon I have about 70.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot. So what did you give me for my headache yesterday? What did I select? I selected this one.
Yeah, Emma did self-selection. Sammy did as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Sammy,
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Yeah, and Sammy. Teddy.
Oh, yeah, and Teddy. Oh, we love Teddy. So Sammy wanted fennel. But yeah, you wanted a little bit of peppermint, but lime. You wanted to drink the lime.
Yeah, that really helped as well.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, so we did some self-selection. Yeah, which was good. And we offered the zoopharmacognosy to some of the dogs.
Yeah, and you did a zoopharmacognosy session this weekend as well.
With Teddy. Yeah, we did. Teddy has really bad gut dysbiosis. He has colitis and IB. I can't remember if he has IBS or IBD, actually. I can't remember. But yeah, so that session was really good because he wanted a few... he basically wanted remedies for digestive system and antibacterial, but a couple of remedies that he selected made him really playful. Yeah. And then one made him fall asleep, and then another one, he was instantly hungry. He kind of worked with it. It was like that. Oh, I need some food. So something was released there. Yeah. He did a few burps as well. So it was really cool. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. And Sammy's making. Fermented veggies and some bone broth and
she's kefir.
She's going to order her grains from Pure and whatever they're called, organic goat's grains. So that's really good. So to get them on all the good stuff because it's important, isn't it, to get fresh food into your diet. Yeah. And we had the benefit stand. I forgot.
Yeah, yes, we did. We saw some benefit. Hi, Team Benefit. Yeah,
that was good. Yeah, that was really good.
A lot of people
like the new packaging.
Benefit. I love the new packaging. Yeah, I love the new brand.
Pretty.
Yeah, I like it raw.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah. Alright, we won't go there.
Greg will kill me.
That's so... we can't talk about that. And Jane, we think you did an amazing job.
Jane and Zara pulled it off.
And Zara, Yeah. Tammy, you're cool.
Oh, yeah, Tammy. Mr. Slobber Drops made the most amazing raw cake. Oh
my god, that was so good, wasn't it? That was really, really good.
Best, yeah.
So it had dates and walnuts.
Loads of different types of nuts, cacao.
Yeah.
Coconut oil.
Yeah.
Avocado maybe.
Yeah.
So good. Good to eat. Where is that actually? Did you give it back to her? Or did you eat all the rest?
I'm not telling you.
Where is it? I forgot about that.
Hi, Tammy.
Where did it go?
She took it off.
Oh, Tammy.
Next time. You have to give it to us next time.
Yeah, we've got a long journey home.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to seeing your dogs?
Oh, I can't wait. And Stevie.
Oh, I always say that, your dogs. I forget about Stevie.
But I always say that I can't wait to get home and see my dogs, but it also means Stevie.
Yeah, hello, Stevie.
Yeah. Mr. Stevie.
Mr. Lederhosen.
Yeah, can't wait.
So tell me about your dogs, because I don't know if everybody knows about your dogs. Tell me about your dogs.
Well, we did have 4, but we lost poor little Maxie last year. But we have teeny tiny Charlie, so she's a Cavalier. She's only 6 kilograms.
Wow,
so really
that is small.
Really small. And that's because when we got her, she spent the first 2 years of her life in a crate, but on a windowsill. Gosh. So she only grew to the size of the crate and no bigger.
Gosh, that's incredible. Incredible.
Yeah, and also Stevie won't mind me saying this because now he's converted. But when we first got together, he fed his dogs awful food, like really awful food. So the first thing we changed was the dog's diet. And Charlie
Stevie.
I know, bad man. But Charlie grew.
Did she?
Yeah,
so her bones got the nourishment she needed.
Even though when we got together she was 5.
Yeah.
She grew.
So what did you do? How did you change her food?
Well, actually, what I do.
It's a big question.
It is a big question, and it's probably not great for people to hear because when it's my dogs, when it's my rescue dogs, or largely if it's a rescue dog, then I just put them on raw food or fresh food straight away. So with Charlie, I just do it straight away.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So not like
was there a detox phase that you noticed?
No, I wouldn't give her I didn't give her raw meaty bones straight away, but just
the fresh food.
The fresh food.
Excellent.
No, there was instant change in terms of her poo. Got a lot harder.
So you mean it wasn't like a big sloppy bit of like what would you call that stuff? Oh, what's that? I think it's a bus or something outside. Like a big, mousse.
No,
Flop.
Moose, you
No,
mean
Lucy Poo.
No, and her eyes started to get a lot. She used to have really wet eyes. She used to have a lot of gunk around the eyes.
Yeah.
So that stopped really quickly. And then just over time we realised that she
because
she
I
grew.
often say that, you know, this black stuff that dogs get under their eyes and all the rest of it. When most of the time, I mean, I've got Chihuahuas and they're quite light coloured, a lot of them, and some may say beige. But they're not all beige, I promise you. And, you know, dogs that are on a kibble diet or a canned, tinned only diet, they tend to have these sort of grooves of dirt, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's just the colouring and the dyes and things, I guess, in the food. And you don't get that with fresh food diet, really.
I don't really see. Yeah, I don't see it.
I mean, often, you know, if you've got a pure white dog, you might do it.
Some dogs if they've still got an imbalanced gut, like the dog, the human guardians think they're feeding the dog a really good diet, which they are.
Yeah, human guardians. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's what I always say. We are the dog's human guardian.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah. So you just changed her over and you didn't
just change her over straight
Perfect.
away. Same with our. So we also have with our 6 kilogram dog, we have a 50 kilogram wolf dog. And then a smaller, but
could you just say that again?
Well. A 50 kilogram wolf dog.
So who's that?
So that's Cola. Cola's American Indian for friend. He's everybody's friend.
What does it mean?
It's American Indian for friend.
Oh.
Yeah, and he is everybody's
Will he be my friend?
Oh, he will totally be your friend.
Perfect.
But the thing is, the running joke is, Cola thinks he's the size of Charlie. So when he wants a cuddle, like that, boom. And then we have little Miss Tunkasila.
So how much does she weigh?
She is 38.
Okay. And is she what?
She's a wolf dog.
She is?
Yeah, so Cola's a wolf dog.
So tell me what a wolf dog means.
Well, originally a wolf dog was Timber Wolf Cross German Shepherd.
Right.
So that's what's classed as your F1 in genetic terms. So there is a debate among different countries and in the same country as well about what's classed as a hybrid or not, but typically F1, F2, F3 are termed hybrids.
Right.
I mean, I guess even a wolf dog is a hybrid anyway. It's a hybrid of two canines put together. Yeah, so she's kind of a wolf dog where although she's had wolf put back into her, she's a more diluted strain of that genetics.
Yeah. So what would you say the difference is between, I mean, I know it's a silly question, but I'd love to know. What's the difference between a wolf and a wolf dog?
Oh, well...
I mean, obviously,
the wolf...
But what would you see differently?
So a wolf dog is, again, more domestic. It's been domesticated because it's a domestic breed crossing with a wild animal, and then that's your first generation, and then more domestication has come in.
Yeah.
So they are, I would say, a primitive breed.
Right.
So they can be quite hard and challenging for a lot of people.
So they're not really a dog you'd recommended having in because you know when is it Twilight and all these films came out? I know a lot of huskies were bought and wolf dogs and things, and people sort of were living in flats and.
Yeah, no, it's
not ideal, is it?
It's always really hard because I look at dogs as per individual. There is a individual functional character, wolf dog, that would actually be okay in that type of situation.
Right.
And that's kind of the problem. It's if you choose the right individual, then you wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah.
But if you chose the wrong individual and didn't know much about wolf dogs.
Yeah.
And also a lot of people think they're a big animal, they need a lot of force, and that is just such the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And that causes a lot of challenges then because no young animal knows anything about discipline. That is a learned behaviour. They look to their guardians, whether they're another canine guardian or a human guardian.
Yeah.
They have to be taught what is acceptable levels of correction.
Yeah.
How do they communicate that they're frustrated?
Yeah.
All of that stuff has to be taught.
Yeah.
And if, as human guardians, we do that incorrectly, then the dog hasn't got a choice. The dog is learning from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people, they communicate a lot with their mouths.
Really?
And a lot of people struggle with that as well.
What, mouthing?
They do a lot of mouthing and a lot of testing.
Does it matter if dogs mouth? Because my dogs do it to me. When I come in the door, especially Ginger.
Yeah, and my dogs mouth. They don't really mouth so much now. Mm. When we are playing, we do a lot of mouthing.
And when I come in the door,
my dogs jump up. I don't care about that.
Right.
My philosophy is that I want my dogs to be able to fully express how they feel, so that if one day I walked in the door and they're not really excited to see me, something's happened. Whereas if my dogs are taught, you do not speak to me or interact with me, how do I know if then something's happened? So
absolutely,
dogs are really
because we're watching. We have a snapshot of our dog's character. and we know
Exactly.
and we understand everything
Yeah.
that's happening all the time.
And dogs are not just dogs, all mammals, and we are emotional mammals.
Right.
And dogs have to be able to express their emotions.
Absolutely.
That causes stagnation otherwise, and stagnation then causes illnesses, it causes intensity in emotions, it causes frustration, it causes sadness, it causes all manner of different things, which is not fair on any animal to be stuck in.
Yeah, my dogs are naked, basically. They don't have collars.
Yeah, my dogs never have collars. I only put a collar on Tunkasina when we go out, because sometimes I have to kind of get a hold of her if she has a lot of trauma. So
It's a different reason. I'm not.
But she only wears collars if we go out.
In home, we're naked
in the house.
Yeah, we're naked at home, and they're very free. And they're probably if somebody came round, they'd probably think, oh my god, they're so unruly. And
And they're just expressing their emotion.
But they're expressing their emotions, and 18 expressing their emotions.
Yeah, but they're really small, so technically
it's like just 2 dogs.
5 dogs.
Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, so and that's what they do. I come in the door and they're rah, 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 especially Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah.
She just goes on, and Fifalina, oh my god, she really goes on. But I love it. But they're the ones that've got the higher barks, and they're very, very excited. And then you've got like little Miss Mika, who's one of the bosses, and Posy Toes. They're just milling around, very, very excited tails, but they're less focused on me. They're more looking what the others are doing.
Good, love it.
And then you've got the other 2 Fifi. I call them like a pair of silly lemons. They're just rah, rah, rah. What are you doing that for? But not even looking at what they're just like. Warning! She's in. And then you've got like Captain Sparkles.
I love Captain Sparkles.
Yeah, he's his tiny little thing, and he's like, Mama, I need you. And he's like up to me, and he just like if he could like sort of for a moment get himself go. Oops, sorry, inside me and then come back out again. I think he would, like as if I could inhale him. He would love that. So you've got all these things going on. That fascinates me.
I love it.
With all of them,
Yeah.
What do you call a load of dogs then? Because I call them like I live in harmony with my brothers.
I call them a group composition. That's
Group
what they
composition,
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all a family. They are a family.
It's true, isn't it? I mean, not all 18. We have the boys have got children, and they all sleep with us. But we've all. When I say it's bedtime in our house, I say in bed.
Oh well,
they all go upstairs and they stand outside their bedrooms.
Yeah,
all in their little groups. It's hilarious.
All of our dogs come upstairs with us to bed as well. But Tunky always takes herself off to bed first.
Does she?
Yeah, about 8:30 at night. That's her bedtime.
She let you know. Now come on. Chicholina does that in my house, and she's the boss.
Yeah.
So is she the boss?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is she really?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, how old is she?
She's 8.
So she wasn't very well last year, was she?
In March. It was
March. Oh my god, is that all it was?
Yeah. Gosh, yes, I know.
That was a tough time.
That was awful.
So do you have to do anything differently with her now? Are you sort of? Yeah.
No, she's back to. She's a very, very sensitive girl for lots of different reasons. But one of those reasons that she's had trauma.
Yeah.
And she, so she's back to basically hating everything, which is great because that's her.
Yeah, that's her normal.
That's her normal.
Yeah.
You're either in or you're out.
Yeah. I like you, I don't like you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's true. So tell me a little bit about what you do, because I know when you go out and you're a canine wellness practitioner. And that means you're looking at everything.
Basically, yeah.
Which is good. And I'm a holistic canine dietitian, and I'm looking at food, but everything associated with it. So I'm a little planet, and you're doing a big.
No, I'm not doing that big.
You are. No, it's good. I think it's amazing. So you do now. I'm zoo pharmacognosy.
Yes.
That is kind of it's a bit simplified, isn't it? Self-selection.
It's self-selection. So all
essential oils,
powders. There are some fats. But there is a particular way that the fats are used.
Right.
Which I just discussed to.
Yeah. And there's a lot of training involved, isn't there?
Yeah.
And Ingraham, who's the creator.
And there's hydrosols, so they're floral waters. They're a lot softer. They're very gentle. And just ongoing research is never ending because you always find out things about them.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool, and it's I love as a zoologist.
She's a zoologist.
I am a zoologist and a conservation biologist. But I love all mammals, not just mammals actually, all animals, so this is across the board of insects right up to mammals, they want to keep themselves well, they want to keep themselves healthy, so they, at the subconscious level, which happens all the time, we are responding to our environment, not at a conscious level but a subconscious level.
Right.
It's basically the receptors in our cells can basically navigate towards or navigate away from a particular remedy.
Right.
It's those that make at a chemical level, at a cellular level, those decisions are made to go, oh my god, my body needs this, I'll navigate towards it, my body doesn't need it.
Right.
So, like you did with the lime yesterday. You really loved the lime and you were like, I really want to taste that, I really want to. And Sammy was the same with the fennel. She was like, oh my god, I want to drink the whole bottle.
It's incredible.
Your body's telling you.
It was really powerful, and I was actually a little bit embarrassed about it in a way. It was kind of like, what? Did I really do that? That's just bizarre.
Your subconscious took over.
It was really incredible actually.
Yeah.
No, I think it really is. So you did the zoopharmacognosy.
Yeah. So I look at diet,
right?
Although you're far more knowledgeable about diet
it's
than
a
what
different
I am.
thing.
But
It's
diet, and what to feed depending if I think the dog's got a compromised immune system, or if the dog kind of looks well but he's not. There is certain condition that the dog has that I think are a cause of the diet.
I think yesterday as well, when we were talking to people, that was something that came out of the clinic we did, that sometimes people say, oh no, it's not food we're feeding.
Yeah, it's not the food.
No, she's just got a bit of this, or it's flaky skin or something, and then you start to get underneath the layers of the onion, and you start asking a few questions and you let people talk, and then very often we find out, it could actually be the food.
Yeah, I think let's just try it. I always say, like, let's just try it for 3 weeks. 3 weeks is not long. Let's just try it. And then if we're not seeing any changes whatsoever, then we can go back and.
I think sometimes we have to think about that as well when we're trialing new things. We have to really be respectful that it does take time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And sometimes we think,
and that's a whole holistic approach anyway. It does take time.
Yeah, we have to be gentle and we have to take time and we have to be mindful that these things are, a high level working in the background, and nature is taking over, and science, the whole lot is working together. It's an experience. I think that's another thing I think is really important when sometimes, if you do a consultation, you look after somebody, and sometimes they've done it for 5 days or 14 days, and sometimes you very often go backwards.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And sometimes I think we have to. I mean, I'd have to. If I asked you to come and do a session with one of my dogs, or all of them, I would have to trust you, and that you've got the experience and the advice to do this. And I think that's really important, that sometimes we don't. We just go, yes, I want to do that, and you want to buy it off the internet, and you want it to work.
And you want to do, that is one of the hard things to get across.
And big shout out to Tammy McFadden with Slobber Chops for selling chaga.
Yes,
that is, apart from colloidal silver and all the and she really, really is careful with her products.
Yeah, she
really
is.
Proud of her. I think it's really good, and love it that she's selling chaga. You know what a fan of chaga I am. We're going to super boost that immune system. She sells it in the it's a kind of it's a mushroom that grows on birch trees. We get them from Scotland here in the UK, or maybe somewhere like Canada, Nova Scotia, you might get them, somewhere like that. And basically you get like the nuggets, and they're like it looks like a dried brown, maybe a bit of poo or something.
We love poo.
And then you get it out and you can just grate it a bit, put it in some hot water and make a tea. You can pour that over, and you can use the grains a few times, the granules that you create 3-4 times. And then eat them, whatever, and just pour that in like a nice warm broth over the dog food if they want.
My dogs have reishi mushroom.
Oh, I love reishi. Yeah. I'm a big mushroom fan. But if you can't get these things, it sounds all a bit fancy and complicated, you can use portobello, shiitake, things like that are very good. And what I do is, if I use shiitake and portobello, because you can get those in most supermarkets, and I just basically, you don't wash them or anything, you just, if there's a bit of earth on them, lovely, we love a bit of earth, so just chop them up, put them in a frying pan, and on a quite medium to high heat, not like burning hot, but a medium-ish heat, a dry frying pan, you just literally put them in and move them about. And there's water in mushrooms, so we don't need to add water, and we don't need to add oil. Definitely not oil or butter, because these are sponges.
Yeah.
and they're just going to take up, everything else. So also a really big fan of wild mushrooms that are picked, and in Switzerland we go mushroom picking, and chanterelle mushrooms are very good, and we talk about medicinal mushrooms that have got medicinal properties, not magic. You put them in the frying pan and you just move them about, and what happens is the water comes out, it intensifies the flavour and it becomes more appealing to a dog. Most dogs, I find, don't really seem to like mushrooms that are just raw and just I love them, but
mushroom and a bit of nice tomato.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful way to really sort of super boost your immune system and to really give it a bit of a kick. And we all need it now and again. And I think especially this time of year, in the UK.
Well, we're going into winter now. Yeah. So we need to look at that, what our system needs as a winter food.
And often you find when the kids go back to school, everybody's saying at the moment, coughs and colds. Yeah. But that also works for the dogs. I often find this time of year, and again when the summer's just starting, so that spring, summertime as well, they're the 2 times of year when I think you need a bit of extra super boosting. And offer to your dogs and see what they can do, because it's a real people saying, I've got coughs and colds. Well, that's because the immune system's had not that extra little boost. All of a sudden the kids are at school with all different people. It's the same with the dogs, because they often come, people are saying, it's got runny tummy, do you think there's a bug going around, do you think there's something happening? And it's a change in the seasons, change in the atmosphere,
and that's massive for dogs. Well, not all dogs, but some dogs we have to think about what seasonal foods we would feed as
because
well.
Fresh is best, and if you can get the local fresh produce, strawberries aren't supposed to be grown in November. And think of the carbon footprint if they're coming in from LA to us or Spain or wherever, I'm not, it's just, and they don't taste like anything.
No.
And anyway, you can't feed them to dogs.
No.
Because they're goitrogens, Dr. Jean dogs.
Yes.
I'm not doing that.
Not allowed.
And that interferes with the thyroid function, so we don't do that.
Nope.
So what would you suggest? We better round it up because you'll all be getting bored now.
I haven't told you what the other things that I do.
Go on. You haven't got time for those things as well.
No, that's fine. It's just very quick list. So
hang on,
zoopharmacognosy and diet.
Diet, yes.
Minimising stress.
Right.
Massive thing, because diet and stress, huge impact on health, huge impact of movement of energy. We want that energy to be going out and being grounded, not coming up or getting stagnated. A massive thing that I look at is also the human guardian themselves. So how they are feeling, do they have any illnesses, what emotional state are they in? Because dogs are social group animals, and this is more from, well, it's not just, but because they're social group animals, they are not only bothered about their survival, but also the survival or how their human guardian is feeling, and what energy and emotional state that human's in. So I look at that, and then possible diseases that might, or just maybe if I, something that maybe the owner hasn't picked up on. That's where I'm not a vet, so okay, let's take your dog to the vet just to get everything checked out.
I think that's really important that we know when to say that. I mean, we help in all sorts of different ways, but there is points where you need to go and see if you can have a holistic vet or an integrative vet, which is somebody who uses traditional medicine and maybe homeopathy. Chinese traditional medicine.
Exactly. And I'm massive into environment as well. So local environment, or is it a dog that's a show dog that's taken all over the world or all over Europe? What is it exposed to? Not just in terms of what is it being introduced to, but is it affected by changes in temperature? Is it affected by seasons?
Is it been walking in pine trees? Is it been walking,
walking around farmers' fields? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's why I look at wellness, because all these things affect wellness. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is the point. People think, sometimes the cost of maybe feeding fresh food, or having someone have a wellness session with their dog, or what I do, whatever. I think sometimes the way I look at it is, not sometimes, all the time, the way I look at it is, if you are feeding a fresh food diet, and you're walking your dog regularly, and you're doing all the things that you can for them on a normal basis every day, then really you're going to save costs from visiting the vet.
And that is one of the biggest arguments,
Yeah,
And I've also just remembered 2 other things that I do as well. I also do batch flower remedies for dogs, and I also do energy healing as well, which dogs really enjoy. Yeah,
and relaxes
really
them.
Yeah.
And tell me a bit about that, because I know some people think, it
doesn't work. Yeah, so and there's different. I mean, there's the thing that I love about energy healing, or what I call is Gaia wellness, is that there's lots of different ways you can do energy healing, and I'm really big into looking at vibrational medicine at the moment. But at the moment, what I do is it's known as Reiki.
Yeah.
And so it's all based on intention, because as humans we have that neocortex that allows us to have the power of thought and the power of consciousness, and thought itself generates an energy.
And there's been huge studies on this.
There's loads of studies on it, and so my thought itself, scientific studies,
yes, real ones.
And so the thought itself generates particular energy, so it makes me vibrate a particular way, which is why you've got to be so careful with negative thoughts, because that will actually suppress your body just by having a negative thought, or
and
even
this will impact your animals around you.
Yeah, of course it will.
Yeah.
And it's even been proven as well that even if we think about something, that is never going to happen. So it's like I don't know, it might be someone that goes, imagine if I was on a plane and the plane crashed, and how would I feel? And that actually in your cells increases cortisol. So we have to be careful, even what we worry about, really.
That is my
even
nemesis.
If it's something that's totally. Like we might just be daydreaming and how would we feel in a scary situation, that actually increases your levels of cortisol, which is not healthy. So it's based on intention, which my thought will generate an energy, and working with the animal, the energy that I would then create. You work with your hands, and that is then transferred into the body of the dog.
So do you actually lay your hands on the dog?
So you can do hands off, so you can do it hands on, and I vary. I get really.
Can you feel
your hands
heat?
Kind of, yeah. So an area that's maybe very, very hot, you might want to work in until that energy and that heat becomes quite neutral.
Amazing.
Or there's a very cold area.
Yeah.
So what I do with my hands is that I will stay on an area until both hands have the same balance of temperature.
Right.
And my hands become magnets. I just get drawn to areas I need to go. But dogs are really good as well.
I should have got you to do that last night on my head.
Yeah, I should have actually, But I gave you the lime instead.
Yeah, it was fine.
But dogs are really good, so I'll often move around to kind of do that there.
And what do you find? Do you find anxious dogs chill out, or?
Dogs chill out. Yeah.
Wow.
Some dogs you need to do a bit of a distance. Some dogs are a bit like, well, what are you doing? So you'll just kind of some dogs just need to get to know you first. So every dog's different. But I do a lot of that with my dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. I think it's really important to know more about it, because I don't think it's spoken about, and people don't.
It's not, and vibrational medicine isn't either.
And you can't really do it over the internet, can you? That sort of.
No, no. I mean, in terms of your animal communication, you can do long distance. You can actually do long distance energy healing. Yeah, you can. Okay. And again, what the way that my teacher explained it to me, which works really well, and she said, you imagine, get a picture of the animal's in front of you, and you basically move, as you're working down the body, you're basically moving the body along, and then you work on that area. So it's really, you can visualise it really.
That's very cool, isn't it? Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
And I really like vibrational medicine, because I'm a big fan of getting people to understand that although we look solid, we are made up of cells. So we are a multicellular organism. So it's our cells that influence our behaviour. It's our cells that
made a lot of water.
We are made a hell of a lot of water. Well, that's what cells.
Cells don't exist.
Cells have the cytoplasm and fat. They need that fat in order to function and work as well. So it's getting people to understand that from a very biochemical.
All right, say that all again to me. I've just rambled over that bit. Say it again. What did you say? Did you say cytoplasm?
Cytoplasm.
Yay! Tell me all about that. Tell me.
Cytoplasm is it's the liquid that's in our cells.
She's a doctor.
That holds our cells together.
Right.
So in our each individual cell, we have the cell membrane, and we have thousands of different receptors on our cell membranes that just change depending on what we're exposed to in the environment. Toxins, environment influences temperature, emotions, diet, nutrition, all these things. But then, each cell, the cytoplasm it makes what holds the cell together. It gives it that structure. And then in our cell, we have some really cool things like the mitochondria. So cool. Obviously, we have the nucleus in there. We have the Golgi complex.
I know all about that. I know all
cells
about.
Are really awesome, but cells are so important because that's what makes us up.
Right.
As a solid unit.
Yeah.
But it's the cells themselves that vibrate. So we all have our own energy signature. So we have an energy signature, and this is why dogs can identify things like cancer cells, or even when you do like someone maybe has mammary cancer and they'd have a mammogram, the cell itself has a different colour energy signature to other areas of the body.
Right.
So even bad cells have their own energy signature, but the cells emit a particular energy, which is really important. This is why vibrational medicine works, because it's we need our body, we need the atoms at a cellular level to be resonating at a particular frequency that keeps us healthy. If they resonate at a frequency that's not healthy because we are too stressed or in too much of a distressed emotional state, have anxiety, etc., which is exactly the same happens for all animals, certainly mammals, then that causes that impacts wellness massively.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love it.
Wow, that's just amazing.
So cool.
I think we could sit here for another 9 hours. I think we'll have to revisit this.
I think they want us to leave though, don't they?
Yeah, should we leave? Oh, bye everyone.
Bye, big love.